This program is made by MPT to enrich the diverse communities throughout our state and is made possible by the generous support of our members. Thank you.
You are looking live at the iconic Fairhill Special Event Zone in Cecil County. It is a big sports day here on Maryland Public Television. We are just 30 minutes away from the fourth and final day of the Mars Maryland 5-Star at Fairhill, presented by Brown Advisory. And hi, everybody, and welcome in. I'm Jim Hunter, and this is my equestrian partner, the expert on the set, Lucinda Green. Now, Lucinda is one of the best eventing riders of all time. She's been a world champion. She's been a double European champion, an Olympic team silver medalist, and a 6-time badminton winner. So you've done it all in your career.
There's still lots.
Fit right in here.
There's still lots left. I have been incredibly fortunate, and it's been based upon my fascination for the horse and my love of him.
Now, the Maryland 5-Star is one of only 7 5-star events in the world. What makes them unique?
Difficult. They are the highest. They're the Formula One. They're the Wimbledon. They're the highest standard level of cross country, and that's the main part of our game. Dressage, cross country, show jumping, a triathlon, and the cross country is the name of the game, and it's at its toughest at 5-star level.
Now, we are fortunate to have a 5-star event here in our state of Maryland. What about the competitors? How do they respect the event here?
First of all, you start by respecting the course designer, Ian Stark, who happens to come from Scotland, and he's built some incredible courses since his very illustrious Olympic career riding in eventing. And then you respect the ground, the terrain, how much care is taken of the ground, because by the time you get a horse to that highest level, he's an athlete that you really need to look after, and you don't want him to go lame. So if the ground isn't really good, you tend to think maybe not. And Maryland 5-Star has made a huge effort, 300,000 gallons of water in the last 3 days, to try and make what is very, very hard ground at the moment in Maryland a little bit better for the horses.
Now, what are you looking for on this final day of competition?
Final day of competition is the show jumping, which to those of you that have watched show jumping in Olympic Games, you'll think, well, these fences are a bit small, but they're there at 1.30 meters as opposed to 1.50 meters to try to test that you haven't made too much use of your horse in the cross-country phase, and he's too tired then to show jump. So it's a way of stopping people going mad on the cross-country, and it's also a skill in itself. There's 3 individual skills: dressage, cross-country, and show jumping, and they're all linked by various factors, but they're all independent of each other.
So here's what Lucinda is talking about. It's a 3-day event that tests both the overall ability of the horse as well as the skill and judgment of the rider. Now, the first phase is dressage, which shows the relationship between the horse and the rider with an emphasis on obedience and harmony. Phase 2 took place yesterday with the cross country, a nearly 4-mile test of endurance with 47, that's right, 47 jumps. And today is the final phase, jumping, where penalties are incurred for knocking down a jump, failing to jump, or exceeding the time limit. Now, the horse and the rider with the least number of combined penalties over the 3 days is the winner. So how do we get here? Let's take a look at Thursday's highlights with our team calling the action, Spencer Sturmey and Sinead Maynard.
Hello and a very warm welcome to the Mars Maryland 5-Star here at Fairhill, presented by Brown Advisory. Day 1 dressage is complete. This lady from Canada really did her stuff in the dressage. Lindsay Tresnell with Basie Rouge. Sinead was fantastic.
Yeah, first 5-star performance here. Very exciting to see this crowd across the country tomorrow.
And Boyd Martin, another one, really impressed. We thought he was going to take the lead. It wasn't quite good enough. 0.5 separating first and second. Commando 3, though, in second overnight.
Just a stunning performance. Excited to watch this horse across the country, and he put his name on the mark for the top podium spot. Will he be here on the final day of competition?
Well, we don't know, because this lady, first 5-star for this horse, Highly Suspicious. The grey looked amazing in the arena, and they posted one of the best scores they've ever done, 28.0.
Another five-star debutante, this combination at the level, a homecoming, as she's just come over from abroad where she spent the past summer competing.
She did in the UK with Tim and Janelle Price. Let's have a look, though, at the Brown Advisory standings after day one of dressage. Cosby Green, Highly Suspicious, out in front on 28.0. Boyd Martin, Commando 3 in second on 28.5. Lindsay Chasnell in third for Canada. Harry Mead, Great Britain 4. Alexander Knowles 5. And Buck Davidson in 6th, 34.0. We caught up, though, with our roving reporter. It is Frankie Thiriot-Stutz.
Cosby Green, your homecoming here, and what a start to your weekend. First, how it feels to be back in the States.
It is just beyond special. It just makes me so happy to see so many familiar faces, and it just feels comfortable and exciting.
Well, you've been across the pond with Tim and Janelle, and you look better than ever in your riding, and your family's here cheering you on. And for you, this Maryland five-star, what it means?
It means so much. It's always been a dream. I've came to the very first one that they ever had, and I've always had my eyes set on it, and I've been in a program that's been able to make it become a reality and have the support of my family, so I'm just really happy to be here, and it means a lot.
Well, you went in there and absolutely nailed it. You're first to go in this five-star division and going into the 20s, the first we've seen to do that today, and so well on your way. Have you taken a look at that track yet?
I have, yes. I looked around it last night, and it is absolutely stunning, and I feel like I couldn't have picked a better five-star for first five-star for my horse, and I can't wait to get out there.
Well, before you change gears, we're going to let you soak up this moment for just a second. So what it meant to go in there and be able to deliver in the dressage phase.
Pleased. I would say I'm a bit hard on myself, so it's what I expected, so I am pleased and just happy to have it done with and ready to get jumping, because that's what he really loves to do.
Well, definitely always a consummate competitor in Cosby Green, and a great start to her weekend, so we wish you the best of luck in the final phases here.
Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure talking to the riders. Cosby Green, her first five-star with Highly Suspicious. Will she still be there after day two with some of the big guns still to come?
And Lucinda, why don't you break down what we just saw in those highlights?
We saw some really fancy dressage work. In my day, you were lucky if you could stay in the arena on some of the horses. They were so fit for the trials and the cross country that lay ahead, and now they're a great deal better disciplined, and I think the riders have much more understanding. Philip, don't you agree about dressage compared to...
Well, let's introduce our guest, seven-time Olympian and three-time Olympic medalist Philip Dutton.
Yes, I mean, I think we all put a lot of time into the dressage now. It's so important for the muscling and the building of a partnership with the horses, and so it all goes hand in hand. But the big day comes cross-country day.
Now, what about the jumping that we're about to see here? How difficult is that? We saw the three-star earlier, but the five-star looks like they have to jump higher.
Yes, I mean, I think the hard part is, how much have they got left in the tank? Yesterday was a big day, very exhausted horses, or not exhausted, but very tiring cross-country, and those riders, they wanted to make the time or get close to the time, but they needed to have a bit in reserve for today. So we'll see. Hopefully they come out and freshen up, and they'll jump well today.
Now, this is live. They're looking at the course. Explain to us what they're doing.
Yeah, so the riders get to walk out, and obviously they need to figure out the pattern that the course goes, so they have to walk. It's numbered, and then there are also what we call related jumps. So there'll be jumps that are closer together. The riders will pick out, decide how many strides they're going to put between each jump, and they'll do that in knowing what their horse is best at. And the horses don't get to practice it, so the riders can walk it, analyze it, but then when they go in there, it's the first time they've been in there with their horses.
Are there certain characteristics with the course here at five-star that are unique to you?
I mean, I think the five-star, every five-star has a bit different venue. This is a pretty unique venue. It's beautiful. It's not the largest arena that we see, so it's all a bit more what we call related. The jumps come up a bit quicker. There's not a lot of time in between each jump. And so, you know, that adds a little bit of pressure to the riders as well, and obviously the horses.
Lucinda, what about the timing of this event? I understand, you know, if you knock down a pole, that's bad, but you also have to come in time.
Yes, you have to, there's a certain meter per minute that you need to keep up the pace, and cross country it's a great deal faster. It's a minimum of 570 meters a minute. And Philip, I believe it's 375. It could be 400 in the big internationals. What do you know what the time is on this one today?
No, I'm not sure what this one is today.
It is considerably slower than cross country, but we always say to each other, you're trying to get a clear run, but if you let yourself get a time fault, that's really bad, because you just have to know to be economic with your line and maybe cut a corner here and cut a corner there in order to keep within the time limit that you know is there. It's not always possible.
Philip, do you have any idea of what you're expecting with this event today?
Well, I think that, you know, the cream rose to the top yesterday. So we have Ballymore Class in the lead. He's traditionally been a very good show jumper. Falco is a good jumper. You know, I think David Dole's horse is good jumper too, but like anything can happen on the day, so it's going to be exciting right down to the wire. I mean, these horses, all they need to do, these jumps, all they need to do is tick them and they can fall down. So it's very precise riding today. Yesterday was, you know, a bit more aggressive, a little bit more fast and furious. Today's more calculated, more thought goes into every stride, every approach to the jump, and so you know, I think it's going to be right down to the wire and exciting right to the very end.
Well, Philip, we appreciate your visit and your expertise. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
That is Philip Dutton, the Olympian. And now the event began on Wednesday with the horse inspection. That's right. The horses get inspected first. This is where we caught up with a few of the stars to talk about competing in the Maryland 5-Star.
Great to be back here. We've had some very good memories of being here at Maryland and Cecil County, and it's great to be back.
It's really something I'll never forget, winning this event a couple of years ago. Any 5-star is a big deal to win, so that's something I'll always remember. But yeah, it's just fun to be back. I haven't had Falco, this little horse, here before. He's only done one 5-star, and that was flat, so this is his first one to climb a few hills and things. But I think he's got it in him, and he's in good form.
Well, I would like to be at the top. I would like to be holding that trophy up above my head. You know, but we'll just, I mean, we have some great horses here, and the first phase is subjective, and we have a serious cross-country track out there, and then the horses have to jump clean on Sunday. So you hope that you can give your 3 best phases, and if he gives his 3 best phases, then he will be there.
You know, we've been here 3 times now and been in the top 3 times without getting the #1 spot, so it'd be nice to tick that off the list. But, you know, it's a 5-star and everybody else is trying to do the same. We're against the best in the world, so we shall see.
Now, on Friday, that was the second day of dressage, and it included many of the sport's biggest names.
Well, welcome to day 2 of the Mars Maryland 5-Star here at Fairhill, presented by Brown Advisory. Day 2 of dressage was very exciting. First to go, we were spoiled. Bobby Upton for Great Britain and Cola.
Yeah, she really laid the gauntlet down from the word go. We expected it. She delivered on it. Very exciting round.
Very talented combination in Great Britain's Bobby and Cola. And they scored impressively 26.7. But this man, he's been 3rd here twice. He's been 2nd. He's never won it. He would dearly love to. Great Britain's Oliver Townend and the 17 years young Ballymore Class.
So impressive. From strength to strength, just got better as the test went on.
He really did, and he certainly impressed our 3 judges. And he came away with a score of 26.5. But this lady, this will be her swan song, her last event with this horse at the 5-star level. Tammy Smith and my bum, 18 years young, scored a 25.3.
Oh, and it was beautiful from the word go. The grace, the style, the rhythm. That is Tammy and My Bomb.
And she was so emotional. The crowd went wild. Everybody was on their feet. The Brown Advisory leaderboard, it is Tammy Smith, My Bomb, leading going into the cross country on 25.3. Oliver Town in second, Ballamore class. Bobby Upton third. Tim Price, former winner here, in fourth. And Boyd Martin, former winner here, in fifth place. Cosby Green, overnight leader, is in sixth place. But at the end of the dressage, we caught up with our leader, with Tammy Smith. She's with Frankie Tiriot-Stutz.
Tammy Smith, you and America's favorite horse, My Bomb, going in there to dance today, and what you thought of that?
Just had a brilliant test. I feel like that was probably his best test. He's just getting better with age and so strong, and it felt really super.
Well, we know what it means to America, but what does it mean to you to have Lexus here at the 5-Star Maryland?
I mean, to be here, this is kind of the beginning. He was here in 2015 and won the 4-star, and then is now, back doing the 5-star, and it'll be his last 5-star. So it's a bit bittersweet, but it felt really good to feel that test and just all the hard work we've been putting in, and how great he feels, and he feels like he's a 10-year-old.
Well, it is great to hear from Tammy Smith. It's been an emotional day from all of our riders, but thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you again soon.
And Lucinda, Grace was mentioned in the lead up to the highlights there, and it is amazing how the rider and the horse have to be in sync.
It's a beautiful thing to watch, and when it gets really good, it is like watching dancing, and that you see in the Olympic dressage freestyle to music when they do these incredible movements, which we don't have to do yet, but we're a level below that. But it was beautiful to watch Tammy, and that horse 9 years ago was here winning the level below, and the 5-star level, the top level, has only just arrived in the last 4 years.
Well, joining us now is the Mars Maryland 5-Star President and CEO, Jeff Newman. And Jeff, another successful event.
It's been amazing. I mean, the weather has been fantastic. The crowds have been enormous. We're just in our 4th year, and I feel like we're ascending tremendously. Great support from the county, great support from the state, and I feel like the word's out.
What have you learned from the first event to this 4th event?
Well, the first year coming off the pandemic, it was literally just pull it off and make sure that the competition was correct. The footing, obviously making sure the facility was proper for the horses and 5-star. Second year was about, working for spectators. And then these last couple of years has really been sort of spreading our wings, if you will. A lot of fan amenities, different special events, really something for the whole family. So we really want the event to be something that everyone can appreciate, regardless of whether you're an equestrian fan or not.
Lucinda?
I think he's pulling it off, because I was here at the second one, not the first one, and it's been amazing. Since then, it has developed and developed.
Yeah, I think so far with the competitors, we've had great response. I mean, to have Oliver Townend, who's been here every year, and Tim Price, of course, now having Bubby Upton. I mean, all the international riders that are coming over, I think the word is out. And then, of course, the top Americans. Boyd's been amazing. Philip Dutton, of course, has been supporting the event. So we feel like the athletes are really coming around, and it's a proper five-star course, just like they say.
And that is one of the highlights for the fans, the Corgi races. They are exciting, and they have a lot of fun.
It's an event on its own, really. I heard a spectator probably about an hour ago say, when's the last heat, because we want to leave. So they were here just for the Corgi Cup and not even the equestrian side of things. So the Corgi Cup, we had 125 Corgis with a waiting list, and now it's in its 3rd year. And, again, something for everyone to come out and see the event.
It's nice that you allow the fans to bring their pets.
Well, it's a dog-friendly event, and that's why Mars Equestrian is a part of this, because not only from the equestrian side, but also from the animal side, having a dog-friendly event. So it's a perfect, opportunity for them to showcase their brands. And, again, going back to family, dogs are part of the family, so everyone can come out.
Well, Jeff, another fantastic event. Congratulations, and do better next year.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
All right, now let's go to a piece on what goes on here at the 5-Star.
Maryland 5-Star is back, and it's bigger and better than ever. Let's have a look around. If you're joining us in person, be sure to come by the official merchandise tent here for the Mars Maryland 5-Star, where you can get all your gear to commemorate your experience. And if you're not able to join us in person, you can shop online. You could essentially get lost in the shopping if you're here. There's something for everybody. Well, up here on Main Street, the fun continues, and this year we've introduced a signature donut, the apple cider donut, and some delicious cider from local Milburn Orchard. Well, if you're here for an extra good time, you can enjoy some of our 5-star signature cocktails this year. Well, as you can see, plenty to check out, see, and do here. But don't forget to check out those delicious signature donuts and cocktails, sure to make your weekend extra sweet.
You know, Lucinda, it really is amazing how they go out of their way to make this nice for the fans who come out.
It's just brilliant, and it's God-given when the sun shines, because it doesn't always shine in our country especially, and October can be dodgy, but it has been fantastic weather this year, and it was pretty dash good last year as well. But it has been wonderful to see this grow, and it's great that Jeff explained to us the first year was just getting out there after COVID, and then develop, and they'll always listen, the organisation, to the riders and the grooms, and they make things better and better down there. And sometimes the grooms have to be in the stables later at night because they have to do whatever to the horses, and they've got somewhere where they can eat and have coffee and have a good meal very close to the stables. It's wonderful.
Well, of course, one of the biggest stars is Oliver Townend, and here he is getting ready for the jumping event.
Yes, Oliver's extraordinary history comes from North Yorkshire in the north of England, and had no money, but he's made a deal with some young horses that he bought on and sold and made a bit of money, and gradually developed more and more his string, and then people got interested in him and owners came along, and then he was able to buy his own place. It's been a wonderful story of going from nothing to best in the world.
Now, yesterday was the cross-country day, and we knew this Ian Stark design course was challenging. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Day 3 here at the Mars Maryland 5-Star, presented by Brown Advisory. Saw the tailgaters coming in their numbers, and they were having a brilliant time and expecting some action. We did not disappoint. In third place going into the final day is New Zealander Tim Price aboard Sue Benson's Falco. What a round they delivered.
Such a beautiful round across the country, and left some in the tank for day 3 show jumping.
7.2 time penalties saw him in eventual third. In second, from 16th into second place, was one of the fastest horses in the field, David Dole and Galileo Nearmud for Great Britain.
And what a partnership of these two. He came out with an expectation to go clear and to go fast, and he was the only one that delivered on that promise.
The only one inside the time, 24 seconds inside the time, just to add insult to injury further. But this man, 3-time former 5-star winner, Ballamore class, 8-time former 5-star winner, Oliver Townend, and team gold medalist from Tokyo. For Great Britain, he performed brilliantly.
Such a calculated round. Knew he could afford a couple of time penalties. Take care of the win, take care of the horse.
Take care of the horse, he did. Not one fence separating the top 3 going into that final phase. Let's have a look then at the Brown Advisory leaderboard after the final, the cross-country phase. Oliver Townend for Great Britain leads, Ballamore class 31.3, David Dole, Galileo Nearmud in second, Great Britain, and Tim Price third, New Zealand, Falco 34.6. One fence is 4 penalties. That is not going to be enough between the top 3. They need to jump clear to secure the win. But following his cross-country round, our roving reporter Frankie Tiertz caught up with Oliver Townend.
Ollie, Molly, wow. I mean, what a round. It's been quite a day here of cross country, and you've been around the biggest tracks in the world with this horse. This one you've added now to that as well of your accolades. But what was it like out there?
Yeah, it's a 5-star. For me, it's right up there with Badminton, Burley, Kentucky. For the others, they're in a level less. This is the top of the sport, and it's not easy. I was trying to look after him all the way, and I've ended up being a little bit slow because of it, but I was trying to play a percentage game. I was told if I was ahead of schedule up at the skinny over the water to go long afterwards, and I was ahead. And then I just wanted to save all the way up to the main water where he was incredible. And then I've not been that brave with him. I've looked after him all the way home because, you know, we know what he's done, and he's, you know, special, so.
Always great to hear from Oliver there with Tim Price. He's been twice third, he's been second here. Can he go on to win his first Mars Maryland 5-star? There's only one way to find out, that is tune in.
Well, that is quite a leaderboard with Townend and Price first and third. What are you anticipating for this jumping event?
Well, I always hope that the placings stay the same, because it's such a sadness when you've done all that cross country and spent 10, 11 minutes, sometimes more, battling it out with Ian Stark's course or whoever is designing, to then come and have one little rub of a pole and down you go. So I hope it stays as it is.
Now there's Oliver Townend, who is our leader, and he is out inspecting all of the jumps.
Yeah, well,
that is preparation.
Yeah, he'll prepare like Philip told us he would, just checking where everything is and the pacing, the striding between each. But this is a very different inspection to what he would have done in the cross country. And I just want to point out that these first 3 horses have all got an extraordinary thing about them. Ballamore class Oliver's won Burley, which is one of the biggest in the world, at an incredibly young age of 9. And Oliver and his team have managed him so well that he's still going at top level and in the lead at 17. The horse who's in second, Galileo Newmod, David didn't quite have his fitness right 3 years ago, and he just came to a halt in a 5-star event, and David's changed his whole planning and method, and he's got this horse so fit that he's been the fastest at Kentucky, at Burley, and now here at Maryland. So that is a huge, fascinating thing for me as a horseman. And Falco, only a year ago, was in hospital having his tummy cut open, and an enormous tumor weighing 6 kilos was wrapping itself around his intestine, and he was within minutes of the circulation going and the horse dying. He has come back from that. Tim Price and his wonderful team have got him to the very, very top of his game. I have never seen him go so beautifully. And Sue Benson, who's his owner, actually designed the London cross-country course. So there's wonderful things that intertwine these 3.
Well, Lucinda, it's been great having you here. I appreciate your expertise. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching the MPT Sports Desk. For everyone on the team, I'm Jim Hunter. Don't go anywhere. The Mars Maryland 5-star begins. It comes your way in 2 minutes.
The Maryland Horse Library and Education Center in Reisterstown offers a special collection of over 5,000 equine-related volumes. Monthly events include panel discussions, author talks, and book signings. Visit marylandhorse.com to learn more.
This is the PBS app. It's ready for you whenever you want full episodes of your favorites, perhaps a little history, or the real story, shows with heart, or the latest news and docs. Even stream MPT Live. It's all there waiting for you, so download the PBS app now for everything you love and a whole lot more to explore. Stream anytime, anywhere with the free PBS app.
Hi, I'm Ken Burns. Our next film travels outside of America and deep into the mind of the Italian visionary artist and scientist whose imagination knew no bounds. Watch Leonardo da Vinci right here on Maryland Public Television.
The Mars Maryland 5-star would like to thank Mars Equestrian and the Mars family of brands for their support. Mars Equestrian, Buckeye Nutrition, Ethel M. Chocolates, Nutro, and tech, and sound. The Maryland Department of Natural Resources is proud to sponsor and host the Mars Maryland 5-Star at Fair Hill. Maryland state parks and natural resource areas provide ideal places to bring your family, friends, and horses. We are honored to welcome you to our trails. We'd like to thank the following partners: Maryland Department of Commerce, Maryland Department of Natural Resources, Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development, Maryland Horse Industry Board, and Maryland Department of Agriculture.
Welcome back to the final day of the Mars Maryland 5-Star at Fair Hill, presented by Brown Advisory. It is the last day. It is stadium jumping, show jumping, where dreams can be made and also nightmares can happen. It is the last day of the 4 days of competition. 74 degrees, it is warm, we had a light breeze, the show jumping course is set, we're set, and we hope that you enjoy the next 8 horses that will come forwards to jump Michel Vaillancourt's show jumping track. We've walked round, Sinead alongside me, my old mate. It's been an amazing 5-star. The cross-country was tough yesterday, we knew it would be. David Dull was the only one inside the time, we'll have a look at that later on. But the show jumping is such a difficult phase.
Absolutely, but we have some of the top horses in the world, the top footing in the world, the top venue in the world. It's going to be an excellent day of sport.
Yeah, it really is. And Atwood, who have supplied the surface, also supplied the surface to Kentucky. But if we go back, we've had 2 days of dressage. We had the day of cross-country yesterday. Let's just have a recap of what has been going on so far. Well, the Magna Wave Daily Pulse saw first out on Friday, Bobby Upton with the wonderful Cola go into the lead for eventual third. She really inspired our judges. Oliver Townend, Ballamore class, 17 years old. He's won 3 5-stars. He's been second here once, he's been third twice, he's never won it, he dearly would love to. Then it was, of course, the wonderful test from Tammy Smith and Mybaum, who really did shine. The cross-country was tough. Tim Price and Falco jumped an amazing round cross-country to just have a few time penalties and climb up that leaderboard. It was a brilliant day. This man, 24 seconds inside the time. He changed his training regime, and this horse has been the fastest round Kentucky, Burley, and now Maryland. Oliver Townend in the main arena with Ballamore class. It wasn't the most tidy jump in, but Oliver is a master of his own work.
Yeah, just a fantastic ride to keep him out in front at the end of day 2.
Well, that fence that we just saw him jump through was the first time in America we've seen water cascading down. The 2 owl holes coming home proved no problem for Ballamore class. Oliver Townend, he came home and he will go into the show jumping in first place on 31.3. He caught up with Tim Price, who is lying in third now with Falco at the end of their cross-country rounds. The Magna Wave Daily Pulse, 3, 2, 1. Let's go then to the Brown Advisory standings after 2 days, and it is Oliver Townend out in front for Great Britain. Great Britain 1-2. Ballamore class leads 31.3. David Dull, Galilean Yermerd in second, 34.5. Tim Price 0.1 behind, 34.6 with Falco for New Zealand. Buck Davidson, Sora Keimer, the former racehorse for the United States, in 4. Bobby Upton, Great Britain 5. Jenny Brannigan 6, Twilight's Last Gleam. And as we turn the page to our final 2, Emily Hamill, Corvette, and Lillian Hurd-Wood with LCC Barnaby. They will be first to jump. We're going to go in reverse order. Well, following his impressive cross-country round, Frankie Tiratsous, our roving reporter, caught up with Oliver.
Well, there will be a lot of excitement to see here, and it will be the man standing next to me, Oliver Townend, who's looking to get it done in the 5-star division. Oliver, just first, you know, you've had a little time to reflect on that cross-country yesterday. Did you have a moment to take it in?
Yeah, I've watched it a couple of times and can't get over the horse's performance. He's just a machine, isn't he? And it's only my job to steer and show him the course. But the nicest thing is that he's come out of the other side probably better than he's ever come out of a 5-star. He's definitely fresh, definitely sound and feels very good. So fingers crossed.
Well, you guys have won multiple 5-stars together, and you have that to your numerous accolades. But today you'll be looking to see if you can do it yet again. You've come here a few times to get the win and haven't been able to seal the deal on the final day. So today, how important is that to you, and how much are you excited to see things unfold?
Yeah, not that excited to tell you the truth, but look, we're surrounded by incredible jumpers with time on the side, probably more than we've got, but whatever happens today is a bonus. You know, if he finishes on the podium, I'd be more than happy with that performance, because you know, he's a horse of a lifetime. We're very aware that we're into borrowed time in his career, and he's already done so much for us as a team and as a yard, for his owners, Karen Shooter, Angela Hislop and Val Ryan. We've been on an amazing journey for the last, 13 years he's been in the yard. So whatever happens will happen, but we're still very proud of him.
Well, pretty special that the icing's already been put on the cake for so many years, and now it's just about some sprinkles and some final topping, and we're all going to get to take in those moments with you. We appreciate all of you guys coming over here and all the excitement. We're going to watch it unfold today, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Great to hear from Oliver. Let's have a look at our start list very quickly. It will be Lillian Hurd-Wood to start, LCC Barnaby, Emily Hamill, Jenny Brannigan, Bobby Upton, Buck Davison, Tim Price lying in third with Falco. We'll have a break after the first 5 horses. Then David Dull, Oliver Townend last to jump. Pressure on, and only one fence separates the top 3. So the first to go is Lillian Hurd-Wood with LCC Barnaby. This is an out-and-out trier, 18 years old, by Guy Cavalier. Lady Tanjour is the dam, and Raphael the dam sire. Bred by Linda Courtney Kadam, owned by Lillian herself, and this is an Irish sport horse. This gelding starting on 79.6 in 8th. He is a freak of nature. He's just so good. He looks so well.
Yeah, he looks like a 10-year-old out there. This is his 10th 5-star start. Incredible, incredible athletes here. And really good in this phase. Lillian is one of the top jockeys that we have in the United States, and especially shines in this phase. Yesterday, she was incredible. Can she put a first clear on the board? They sweep around past the in-gate here to the Dubari Narrow. 4 strides up to the big spread, and they weave around to the USEA vertical. Sweeps around right in front of the crowd here. Massive triple bar, holding, waiting 4 strides. She'll sweep around to the double that was jumped earlier by the 3-star. You could hear a pin drop as she comes to the last fence.
He's been such a consistent jumper, and he jumps the last. 79 seconds is the time, 0.4 of a time penalty, but LCC Barnaby at 18 years young, belying his years, he jumps a fabulous clear round, and I should think one of his last 5 stars. He just has been the most incredible horse.
And we saw some of that athleticism yesterday when he left a full stride out in the corner combination up at the top of the hill. I mean, incredible. And for her to start the day with a clear round, finish the career with a clear round. I mean, unbelievable. This is what we're looking at out here at Maryland 5-Star, the best of the best.
Yeah, it certainly is the best of the best. And the saying goes from William Shakespeare, though she may be small, she is fierce. And that is the field here at the Mars Maryland 5-Star, presented by the amazing team that are Brown Advisory. They've done so much for foreign riders to get over here. We'll go through that when we see Bubby Upton in a few horses' time. But 80 is her score. She rounds it up from a 79.6 with a 0.4 to finish on a level 80.
It is like Lillian to just clean up all the edges. She's quite a tidy lady, as we have a crowd favorite here in Emily Hamill and Corvette.
Corvette is 17 years old by Corridor out of Tina. And the Damsire Clearway, bred by Doris Schimmer, owned by the Black Flag option. 69.0 is her starting score, and this is a phenomenal horse in the show jumping. We always say, you know, get on board and fly Corvette Airlines.
Yeah, and such a super partnership. She was able to secure this horse because he was for sale in Philip Dutton's yard. He was a little bit of a tricky guy, and Emily and him got on like a house on fire, and you can see why. And fortunately, she's been able to forge a partnership that has seen her and Corvette all over the world at some of the top 5 stars, and we can see why they're in the final top 10 of this 5-star. Beautiful. Again, sweeping around for the Dubarry Narrow. 4 strides up to the big spread, and they move around to the USEA vertical before they carve around to the last line. Horses just jumping on
the
springs. Yeah. Huge sweeping triple bar. This is going to be giving those at the top of the leaderboard a lot of confidence coming in on this final day. 1 to go. 79 seconds is the time allowed.
And that is it. That is a clear round inside the time for Emily Hamill. She finishes on a clean sheet in the show jumping, and on 69.0 will hold on to her 7th place. That is for sure. Well, 2 left to jump, 3 left to jump, in fact, before the break. We only have 8 horses from the cross country yesterday. It really was a tough day cross country, but what's testament is that we've seen 2 horses, 118, 117, come in here and jump 2 clear rounds.
Yes, so fantastic. These horses did have a vet inspection this morning, making sure they were fit and sound to come forward on the final day of show jumping, and looking like they could run out for another day of cross country. Fabulous round there. The first 2 just exceptional, and setting the tone for the rest of the day.
Yeah, Corvette and Emily Hamill, she's absolutely delighted, grinning from ear to ear. But now it is the turn of Jenny Brannigan. Jenny, for the USA, she rides Tim and Nina Gardner's Twilight's Last Gleam, bred by owner Nina Gardner, Nina and Tim, by National Anthem out of the Mare Royal Child, 14 years old, and they start on 52.3.
And she had such a fabulous round yesterday. This is such a partnership. She's ridden this horse since it was a 4-year-old. It was a winner in the young event horses, and you can see why. That is just that pull down with the spread. We saw that happen a lot earlier today as they're jumping in towards the crowd here. She turns around for that Liverpool. Liverpool is put to the back of the vertical to make it just a little bit harder, draws the horse's eye down. Jenny's so excellent in this phase. Really a triple threat across all 3 phases. This horse known as Grandpa in the barn. Gets a little low across that, but gets it done. Slices in for the USEA vertical as she cruises around to this big triple bar where it's a little bit of a holding distance down to the vertical at the end of their arena where they galloped out into the cross country yesterday. Sweeps around to the double. Oh, and it stays
lucky.
in.
Yeah, very good. Time is going to be tight. Has the last it's a total of 8.8 for Jenny Brannigan. She has the final fence as well, and 0.8 of a time penalty. So that will take her score on to 61.1.
And this horse, she will be thrilled with the finish here. She an emotional finish at Kentucky this year when she had such a fabulous round, saying, you know, this horse was never expected to go as high and as well at this level, and the horse is just an out-and-out trier, and it just shows the relationship, again, between horse and rider. They've been together their whole career, and so wonderful for the owners and breeders, Tim and Nina, to have another top 5-star horse in their barn.
Well, the next to go is Bubby Upton. Bubby for Great Britain riding Cola. Cola's been a fabulous horse for Bubby, and Bubby, who's received a lot of financial support from David Howden from Howden Insurance Services over in the UK, owner of the Cornbury Park Horse Trials, and also from Brown Advisory, who have also supported her in her trip over to this wonderful venue that is the Mars Maryland 5-star. Bubby Upton with her mother Rachel Upton's Cola, 14-year-old by Kotoki, the Vanessa, the Dam Contender Dam Sire. They start in 5th on 50.5. Just the 11 penalties she added, that pesky rail going into the coffin.
Yeah, and you know, it was going to get someone there for safety, putting the safety of horse and rider first, but a very frustrating 11 penalties. But she fought the whole rest of the way around. Such a partnership, such a pleasure for us to be able to watch such athleticism between both Bubby and her horse Cola.
Yeah, 14 years old, and they've had some great success. They've been individual silver medalists and also a team gold medalist from the European Championships in Maasbergen in the Netherlands back in 2019. They know each other very, very well.
Gets a little low, gives that Dubarry narrow a little rub. But was that enough just to sharpen it up so he could jump the rest of this course clear? She comes around to the final loop, moves up beautifully to this triple bar. Oh, spooking a little bit away from the crowd. She fights for that. This horse has springs.
Yeah, he was 10th at Badminton this spring. He won the very good 4-star short at Hartbury in just a few weeks ago. Can she jump a clear? Can she go inside the time? Yes, she can. 77 seconds inside the time. No jumping, no time penalties. What did you see?
I saw a 4 pop up.
Okay, we'll try and get that confirmed. But I think Bubby Upton, she's come back. She faced adversity.
I just saw, and the camera popped away, but I think she did have that last pull down. We'll confirm that there. She worked hard for that round. He was shifty and spooky.
Well, I can just see actually somebody putting that back up. So she did have the last fence down. This is proof of that. She came to the last. He just caught it behind. No, yeah, just caught it behind the back rail. That was a real shame. But 4 penalties. She completes on 54.5. And to have 2 top 10 finishes in a 5-star in the same year is nothing short of a miracle. Badminton, they were 10th. The year before, they finished 8th. And at Burghley, they finished just inside the top 15 in 2022. And at Badminton again, she's done now 5 stars with this horse. He's been an amazing campaigner.
Yeah, and it gives a little shake of the head, but she's thrilled with the horse. Jumping, fantastic. I mean, honestly, he got in there and just was a bit spooky.
Yeah.
She worked pretty hard to keep him on the track and on the line and caught up with her at the end. But here we have for the home team.
Yeah, Buck Davidson with Sorokaimer, the former racehorse, owned by Buck himself, 13 years old. This horse ran under rules many times, finished, won 2 races, in fact, back-to-back very early on in his career. On the flat, lying in 4th place on 39.2. Buck coming into this show jumping, and he'll be the last to go before we have a break and then the top 3.
We'll be on the edge of our seats here. He's really worked so hard on this phase with Sorokaimer, to much of our pleasure. He jumped a clear round at Kentucky. It was phenomenal, and we're hoping and wishing the same result here.
It was interesting. I was walking the course with Bubby, and I said, because I know that Coda can be a little bit spooky, and I said, look, if I can give you one bit of advice, that is just come down here near the bird and near our little booth, because horses in the 3-star are really spooking. And she said, right, I'm going to do that. And she did. She came down here. But the middle part of the treble going.
Yeah, unfortunately, 1 down. Big over the spread there. Jumps great up to the USCA. vertical, and this horse is jumping so well. Had such a big effort across the country yesterday. Beautiful thoroughbred horse. He's put so much work and effort and time into this phase. Can he keep it at 1 down? That would be a huge success story. Oh, and the first of the double comes down as he moves to the last jump. Can we keep the damage to 2? And we can.
Yeah, just a time penalty as well, 0.4, 8.4 in total, 47.6 he moves on to. He will stay in at least 4th place in the 5-star. Bobby Upton will finish 5th. At least we don't expect too many poles to come down with the final 3. Tim Price, David Doyle, Oliver Townend. It is all still to come. It's going to be a nail biter. Sinead's got none left after yesterday and the show jumping this morning. She started chewing on mine during the last few in the 3-star. But that was great from Buck, because Sorokama, he jumped clear at Kentucky, but this is a different ball game in this arena. Like we've been talking about, it's very European.
Yes, it's really close in there. There's a lot to look at, and I do think they'll be very, very pleased with that result. This is a young and promising horse still at the level, has been fantastic across the days at this horse show, and so exciting. We see Dr. Jan Hendrickson there.
Well, let's have a look at the current leaderboard. There it is. It is Buck Davison leading Sorokama, 47.6. Bobby Upton, 54.5. Jenny Brannigan in 3rd, and Emily Hamill in 4th. Don't go anywhere, because we've got lots still to come. Bobby Upton interview and the final 3. So join us after the break.
The Maryland Horse Library and Education Center in Reisterstown offers a special collection of over 5,000 equine-related volumes. Monthly events include panel discussions, author talks, and book signings. Visit marylandhorse.com to learn more.
No world is truly unchanging.
This is nature at its absolute finest.
Our daughter, she's gone missing. I should leave this alone.
But you won't.
He's doing things no one had ever done before, and that is astounding.
It's absolutely mind-boggling.
Hi, I'm Ken Burns. Our next film travels outside of America and deep into the mind of the Italian visionary artist and scientist whose imagination knew no bounds. Watch Leonardo da Vinci right here on Maryland Public Television.
The Mars Maryland 5-Star would like to thank Mars Equestrian and the Mars family of brands for their support. Mars Equestrian, Buckeye Nutrition, Ethel M. Chocolates, Nutro, Pedigree, Antec, and Sound.
We invest in the present to raise the future. Brown Advisory, supporting the global equine community.
We'd like to thank the following partners: Mars Equestrian, Brown Advisory, Cecil County, and Maryland Sports Commission.
The Mars Maryland 5-Star, presented by Brown Advisory, is brought to you by Mars Equestrian, a better world for horses, pets and people. Brown Advisory, invest in the present to raise the future. Cecil County, discover Cecil County, Maryland, where food and adventure brings people together. Lemire, technically advanced gear for horse and rider. And Great Wolf Lodge, bring your pack together at the newest and largest Great Wolf Lodge, now open in Perryville, Maryland. Well, not only is it horses, one of the most important things, of course, is the Corgi Cup. That has been running on the racecourse here. They came in all shapes and sizes. They went flat to the boards, and it was so much fun to watch. Certainly for me, it is one of my highlights of the Maryland 5-Star. They were all over the place at times, but it is such a spectacle, and it's so good to watch. There was rogue dogs everywhere, but eventually there were winners and there were a couple of losers. Well, back to the serious action here. It is time nearly for the final three. It has been such an incredible show jumping track that we've seen already. 2 clears and a couple of pulls down. Bubby Upton with the very last fence down. She's had an incredible journey from the UK to the USA, and she's been helped very much from David Howden and also from Brown Advisory. We caught up with her to find out more.
My name's Bubby Upton and I'm a 25-year-old event rider for Great Britain, and I'm here at my first ever US visit with Cola at the Maryland 5-star. Yeah, I'm so unbelievably excited to be here. As I said, my first ever time visiting the US, so it feels pretty special for it to be competing at such an incredible event. And yeah, alongside Cola, who's been kind of my wingman for the past 8-9 years. So yeah, we're unbelievably excited and just enjoying every minute of this incredible opportunity, which has been made possible thanks to Brown Advisory and Howden. So yeah, unbelievably grateful. So I've had Cola for 8-9 years now, since I was 16 years old and since he was a 5-year-old. So we know each other inside out, and yeah, he's a horse that means the absolute world to me. He's been there for me through kind of my toughest times and yeah, got me back through my lowest lows, and I owe him absolutely everything, and he's definitely my horse of a lifetime. Roughly this time last year, I sadly had a bad freak accident just riding at home on the flat, which led to a complete burst fracture of L3, which left me paralysed on my right side. So 7 hours of spinal surgery later and a miracle working spinal surgeon, yeah, I regained sensation in my right side and then slowly learnt to use my leg again, walk again, and then 3 months later I got back on. So it's been, yeah, a roller coaster of a year, but it's definitely given me a huge amount of perspective, and I guess that's why being in an event like this as well just means even more, because I, for one, know how quickly things can change, so it makes it even more special being over here in the US. So I was introduced to Brown Advisory by Howden just after Badminton when I started making some calls, and yeah, they got right behind me kind of straight away, which was amazing for me, and I appreciate it so much because this trip simply wouldn't be possible without their support. And it's really special as well because they're such amazing supporters of the event itself. So I feel very lucky that I've got their support, and hopefully I can do them and Howden proud because, yeah, like I say, they're the ones that have made this possible. So fingers crossed we can, go and nail it this week.
Well, it's always good to hear from the riders. Bubby Upton there and her horse Cola. It's been an incredible 12 months. It's been an incredible journey here, and without the likes of the sponsors, it certainly wouldn't be possible for any of the riders. Bubby supported by Howden and our presenting sponsor, Brown Advisory. And earlier on in the week, Frankie caught up with the president and CEO of Brown Advisory. It is, of course, the one and the only Michael Hankin.
Mike Hankin, President and CEO of Brown Advisory, our presenting sponsor here, and such an incredible component of this event, helping so much here for us here. And just talk about, your participation with Brown Advisory. This is a big year. You guys are back again, and we really appreciate that.
Well, it's fantastic to be back. Look at it outside. It's just a beautiful day, great week so far. We're really happy to be here. We've been an enthusiastic supporter of the 5-star from the beginning. It's important to us. It's important to Maryland. It's important to this part of Maryland for businesses like Brown Advisory to step up and to say, we can do a part in helping the local economy, supporting the sport, getting people here. This year it's different because we're a sponsor, along with Howden Insurance, of bringing Bubby Upton over and her horse, Cola, from England, so it's just fun to be here for us.
Well, talk about how people can learn more about Brown Advisory, because there's so much to learn and it's so amazing.
Well, first of all, just come by our suite. It's a big part of growing and supporting our business is getting a chance to meet people one by one and getting to know them. So when we do these events, it's a way for us to meet people. It's very different. It's a different industry. We're in the investment business. So advertising across TV, like some firms do at football games and tennis matches, isn't really for us because we like to meet people one by one. So check out our website, but come by and visit us.
Well, we're sure appreciative of your amazing participation and your support of equestrian sports as a whole and here at this event. Thank you so much and enjoy this beautiful day.
We will. Have a good day yourself. Take care. Bye.
Always fabulous to hear from our sponsors, and very, very important the main sponsors, presenting sponsors, and all of the little sponsors that make this so achievable, so accessible to a lot of people, but also to get horses over from the UK, like we just heard there from Mike Hankin, you know, getting behind Bubby with Howden Insurance. It's been amazing, and it's a true fairy tale that's come true. Well, we're about to start with our final three, and it is Tim Price who will come first with Sue Benson's Falco, David Dull, Galileo Nieuwmeer for Great Britain, and Oliver Townend last to jump, three-time five-star winner. He's never won here. He's been third twice. He's been second. He's never won it. And this man has. It is Tim Price. He won in 2022 with Coupe de Coeur du Devin. He would dearly love to win it again with Falco. Falco, who's been through the mill. Only a year ago, he was on the operating table having a tumour removed that had wrapped itself around Falco's intestines. He is back. He is fit. He was just sublime to watch cross country yesterday. If you didn't get a chance to see him through the sunken road, do, because he was like, I think you said, Tigger on springs. I'm using that one. But it is Tim Price. Tim, the former world #1. He is a multi-Olympian. He rides this lovely horse in Falco for Sue Benson. Sue, who's been a great supporter. Falco is by Cardenio, the dam sire Weinberg, bred by Norbert Novak, owned by Tim and Sue Benson himself. 15 years old, they start on 34.6. Not one rail separates our top three.
No, and this horse is just incredible. They were masterclass across the country yesterday, and as we watch this, you can see the springs down the triple. Change from earlier, now vertical, big oxer spread, big oxer spread. He sweeps around. He can't even afford time.
No, that's how close it is. 34.6, 34.5 is David Dull.
He's gonna sweep around here, triple bar, 4 easy strides. Oh, sees it well off and stretches up. The crowd gasps.
We did. You could hear a pin drop.
The double, as he comes to the last, the time's looking good.
Yeah, time's fine, 79 seconds. Falco jumps the last, and it's clear. What a round. Tim Price and Falco jumped the first clear of this last session, and he guarantees himself a podium finish. It could be third. He could go higher, but there's two men that are trying to stop him doing that.
Yeah, and that's what he said in his wrap-up interview yesterday. He said, I've left some in the tank from the cross-country. Started out easy, making sure he could really push home, and that he had enough horse left for Sunday, and I think he has more than enough horse left for the day. He's done everything he can do. The bell goes for our next competitor.
Yeah, David Dull for Great Britain in the arena. David with the wonderful Galileo Nieuwmeer. He's been the fastest rider here. He was 24 seconds inside the time. He was the quickest rider in Kentucky. He was the quickest rider at Burley. And David rides this 13-year-old by Carambole. The breeders have been so supportive in Juris Vorden. David owns, along with Mary Fox and Gillian Jonas. Gillian's now 91, and she's such an amazing supporter of David's. It looks so easy across the country, and he comes in here in second place on 34.5. Oh, it's on a rail. Tim goes second, and he will drop down one place, moves on to 38.5.
Just taps that one. He needs to keep the rest of the poles up. I mean,
heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking. The horse is jumping so beautifully, and David's giving him such a masterful ride. So beautiful across the country yesterday. And anyone can have a pole.
Yeah.
That's what we've learned about on the final day. Anyone can have a pole.
So just that one fence down means that David Dole, he jumps the last, the time is fine, 77 seconds, 38.5 though. Goes into third place, second at the moment. Tim Price leads, 34.6.
Oh, you just see him there. He just kicks it out behind. You know, we saw some trouble in the 3-star earlier today with that triple. He's switched, Michelle switched it around, put a big spread to a big spread, and you just saw him take that pole behind, unfortunately marring otherwise a perfect weekend.
Yeah, it really has been.
He's still kind of a bittersweet smile there. He knows what that cost him, but so amazing to see him here in such a fabulous run yesterday, and you can't help but be a little bit gutted.
No, definitely not. We've got one left to go. There's the current leaderboard. Tim Price, Falco lead for New Zealand, 34.6. David Dole second, 38.5. Buck Davidson 3. Bubby Upton 4. One left to go, and here he comes up the chute, the former world number 1, the 8-time 5-star winner with the 3-time 5-star winner, Bannermore Class. Bannermore Class, 17 years of age, owned by Angela Hislop, Karen Shooter, Val Ryan. He's been here since the inaugural running of the 5-star back in 2021. That was won by Boyd Martin on cue. Second year was won by Tim Price and Coupe de Coeur Dudovin. Third year was won last year with the amazing performance from Austin O'Connor for Ireland and Colorado Blue. He's been third twice. He's been second. He wants the win.
Yeah, and he's no stranger to this type of pressure. And like he said when he was finished with the cross country yesterday, he said, it's always Tim. And it does seem to be these two battling it out right at the end, but this horse is jumping for fun.
So just a reminder, Oliver on 31.3, Tim Price on 34.6, so he cannot afford to have one fence down.
Here where David ran into trouble earlier. Clears the second. Clears the third with the help of Oliver's elbows.
He so deserves this win, this horse.
Big spread. Carves around to this USEA vertical. Ooh, where he'll sweep around to this big triple bar right in front of the crowd.
The horse that he won the team gold on in Tokyo in 2021, the Olympic Games. He's got 3 fences left to jump. Between him and his first win here at the Mars Maryland 5-star. Oliver Townend comes to the last. The time's fine, and he's done it! Oliver Townend wins his first Mars Maryland 5-star, and in some style. Bannermore Class, you absolute legend, 17 years old, and finally Oliver gets his win. And tingling.
Well, he was in tears after the dressage. You think he'll be in tears with his interview today?
I have no doubt that he will be.
Yep.
He's tried so many times. Bannermore Class and Oliver Townend finally do it. He's been here with horses Cooley Masterclass, as is Cooley Rosalind, and now Bannermore Class wins the Mars Maryland.
Incredible. You can see the emotion all over Oliver's face. What a team, what a crowd, what a career for this partnership as he moves towards the senior level of their career together, to come here all the way over here to win. Big hearts to the horse, big big hearts to the crowd.
Well, Ballamore Class, he has been a Burghley winner. He's been a Badminton winner. He won Burghley twice. He won it last year. He won Badminton in 2021. He won Burghley, his first Burghley in 2017. He now is a four-time five-star winner. He joins horses like Priceless, that has won more five stars, I think, than any other horse in the history. It is some feat. It is some feat for the whole team. Karen Shooter there, along with Ollie's groom. They just can't quite believe it. What an amazing
Everyone
result.
in tears. I mean, it just takes such a community, such a village. We're all riding along with them, but this team that's walking down, they've been here from the word go. They've been here with this amazing horse-rider combination. Like you said, 4 wins. It's absolutely incredible. When you watch him come in and do it, he makes it look easy, and it is the hardest level in the entire world.
Yeah, it is, and it really did prove that on the cross-country yesterday as well. He joins horses like Priceless with Ginny Elliott, Gilly Leng, Ginny Holgate that won 4, Bistatek Sam 6. The only other horses ever to win more than 3. Oliver now has 9 wins at the level, joining Lucinda Green, Andrew Nicholson, William Fox Pitt 14, Mikael Youngs 11, Toddy 11, and Ginny, who won 10. Oliver Townend, though, this was a master class.
Absolutely. I mean, we were sitting here on the edge of our seats, but he gave us nothing to stress about. He was clear from the word go, and unbelievable showing as a pin dropped until those hind legs hit the ground.
Oliver Townend. Yeah, that is it. Number 1. He wins Maryland, his 9th five-star. There in the middle of the picture is a man that is going to be so involved. Ian Stark right, Pierre Le Goupil in the middle there. Big heart, big heart. We love you both. What an amazing performance. It really is a fairy tale. We're going to catch up with him in just a few moments' time, but let's have a look at the final standings in the Brown Advisory final standings, the last day of the Mars Maryland 5-star here at Fairhill. Oliver Townend wins his 9th. Ballamore Class wins his 4th 5-star, 31.3, jumping the fabulous clear he needed. Tim Price also jumps clear with Falco to finish 2nd, 34.6. David Dole on the podium, Galileo Nyamud in 3rd, 38.5. Buck Davison just off the podium with Sorakaima 4. Bobby Upton, eventual 5th. Jenny Brannigan, Twilight's Last Gleam, in 6th place. And then finally, as we go over the page to our 7th and 8th placings in this amazing 5-star, Emily Hamill finishing in 7th. A lovely clear round from them. And Lillian Herdwood, a clear round from the 18 years young LCC Barnaby. Sinead, it has been so emotional from the get-go, from 2 days of fantastic dressage. We saw some outstanding performances, especially from the likes of Bobby Upton, who came on the 2nd day, first in the arena to go sub-30. We also saw a fabulous test from Falco, Tim Price, Ballamore Class, but the one that really impressed us was My Baum and Tammy Smith, 18 years old, and just went in and really strutted his stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I think it's such a testament to the teams and to the sport when we have these athletes coming out at 17, 16, 17, 18 years old, still going strong with numerous 5-stars to their name. And again, to add this one to the win is just fantastic. And a huge thank you to everyone here at the Maryland 5-star. What a fabulous event that they have put on, that people have put their horses on planes, flown across an ocean to come compete at what now has got to be known as one of the top events in the whole world.
It really has got to be one of the top events in the world now, and really firmly putting their name on the map. The Mars Maryland 5-star. If you haven't been before, put it on your bucket list. Do make the effort next year, because it's one of the best in the world. Oliver Townend said it himself after the cross-country yesterday. He said it's right up there with Badminton, Burghley and Kentucky, and that's testament to the whole team that have done an amazing job here over the last 4 years. 2021, the first event. This is the 4th. The 5th is going to be even better. It's growing, it's growing. But one thing we want to know is, how does Oliver Townend feel after his 9th win? Let's catch up with Frankie.
Well, Oliver, the 4th victory at this level for this remarkable horse, and what does this mean to you?
All the crying's doing me no street cred. Yeah, it's just phenomenal, and it's my job to show the world how good he is, and luckily I didn't mess this one up. A lot of rubbish has been spoken about his show jumping over the years, because he's normally always in on a grass arena in the mud, going last, and it's almost an unfair playing field. But when you put him on a surface, like at Kentucky when he won, like here when he's won, he's a different level.
Well, this event, also a different level, and it's really been fun to watch it come to fruition the last couple of years. You've been here every time. Talk about that.
Yeah, I've been here. This is my 4th one, and I was praying not to finish on the podium again. You know, I've been, I think, 2nd and 3rd twice, maybe, and to bring Ballamore Class here comes with its own pressures. We expect to deliver, but when you see the other competitors and how good they are, how good their horses are, like I watched Tim's warm up in the show jumping and thought, God, I could do with swapping right now. But yeah, it's brilliant. It's 5-star, and we're just so happy that that Maryland and the Cecil County put it on for us, because to have another 5-star in our calendar, in our sport, is just so special.
Well, maybe the show jumping gods were saving that for this one, for this win. But you've been on the podium here every time. Today you topped that leaderboard, and you've been emotional all week about this remarkable horse. What does he mean to you in your career?
Yeah, I just wish he could carry on for another 10 years so we could retire together. But look, you've seen what he's done. He's a monster. He's a monster at home to look after. But when he comes to do his job, there's no horse better in the world.
Well, one more accolade to add before we give you all your loot and prizes here, and it, of course, is the Altoids Ride of the Day. Curiously Strong mints for curiously strong performance all week here in Kentucky. Congratulations to the 2024 in Kentucky, in Maryland. Congratulations to the 2024 champion here in Maryland, Oliver Townend. Congratulations.
Well, what an emotional victory it is for Oliver Townend, winning his 4th 5-star with Ballamore Class. I think I said it was Badminton, it was Kentucky that he won. Kentucky once, he won Burley twice, and now here, the Mars Maryland 5-star. It has been amazing. It's been brilliant, it's been emotional, it's been fun, and we hope you've enjoyed all of the coverage. And we're going to be back, because the award ceremony is upon us very, very shortly. But just before we do that, we're going to go to a very short break. So make sure you're back here for the award ceremony after this break.
The Maryland Horse Library and Education Center in Reisterstown offers a special collection of over 5,000 equine-related volumes. Monthly events include panel discussions, author talks, and book signings. Visit marylandhorse.com to learn more.
This is the PBS app. It's ready for you whenever you want full episodes of your favorites, perhaps a little history, or the real story, shows with heart, or the latest news and docs. Even stream MPT Live. It's all there waiting for you, so download the PBS app now for everything you love and a whole lot more to explore. Stream anytime, anywhere with the free PBS app.
Hi, I'm Ken Burns. Our next film travels outside of America and deep into the mind of the Italian visionary artist and scientist whose imagination knew no bounds. Watch Leonardo da Vinci right here on Maryland Public Television.
The Mars Maryland 5-star would like to thank Mars Equestrian and the Mars family of brands for their support. Mars Equestrian, Buckeye Nutrition, Ethel M Chocolates, Nutro, Pedigree, Antec, and Sound.
Maryland offers some of the nation's best schools, food, healthcare, recreation, and views. It's a lifestyle you and your employees can get behind. Every business needs balance. Find yours here in Maryland.
The Maryland Department of Natural Resources is proud to sponsor and host the Mars Maryland 5-Star at Fair Hill. Maryland state parks and natural resource areas provide ideal places to bring your family, friends, and horses. We are honored to welcome you to our trails.
We are back at Fair Hill, the special event zone in Elkton and Cecil County, and we have just concluded the Maryland 5-Star and a fantastic finish with Lucinda Green. I'm Jim Hunter. Thanks for joining us on the MPT Sports Desk. And the final 3 riders really put on a show. You feel bad for Tim Price. I mean, he was perfect, but he finishes second.
All I can say is that Tim Price did the most unbelievable show jumping round, following a cross-country round. His horse is 15. He's got another couple of years. Ballamore Class at 17 probably hasn't got so long. But what I loved about Ballamore Class and Oliver Townend was I've seen that horse look like maybe he was coming to the end of his career 2 or 3 years ago. And boy, he looked like as if he was 10 as he jumped round there. And Oliver's ability to withstand the pressure, and that was some pressure, is phenomenal. World class, the pair of them.
Well, you mentioned phenomenal. It's his 9th win in a 5-star event. That is phenomenal.
And the horse has done 4 wins in a 5-star. And a 5-star is the very, very peak. And it's extremely difficult even to qualify and get fit enough to get there, let alone to get through all 3 phases, let alone to get through them so well that you're at the top of the pack at the end. And to do that 4 times, which Ballamore Class has done, and Oliver 9, is stunning stuff.
What makes a winning horse at this level?
Oh, what a great question, Jim. If we knew, we would be rich. But there's something deep in there, something deep in the heart and deep in the spirit. And you, the rider, have to try to find that and nurture it and embellish it. And very often you think you've got one, and then he just doesn't quite manage to have that little bit extra, and he goes to 4-star or even to 3-star. Getting him all the way to 5-star and finding that incredibly special spirit within a horse is truly a search.
Well, let's take a look back at the final round for Oliver Townend as he completed the championship, and Lucinda's going to break it down.
So he's just doing a few little warm-up flying changes, changing from one leg to the other, just to make sure Ballamore Class is listening to him. You may or may not hear the bell go, but you have 45 seconds to get through the start once the bell has gone. And there's an electric clock that ticks away that tells you how long. As you come around to that first fence, you know one slip up from you and everything is lost. You're going to go down to 3rd, 4th place. He so wants to win. He's been 3rd twice, 2nd once on this horse.
It's amazing how high the horse gets going over the poles.
Well, it's very rewarding when they don't just slither over, but some slitherers can still stay clear. But I haven't, it's also easy to say this, I haven't seen this horse jump such a magnificent round as this. And 17, you'd think the edge would be coming off him and the glitter would be fading. And for me, he's put in an exceptional jumping performance. And Oliver said it himself in the interview that he's much happier on a surface, and that Badminton, he very often is off the mud and he's last to go, and the conditions have deteriorated, but now he's on a surface. Now he can show us his true jump.
What about the pressure of knowing that you have to be perfect to pull it off?
It's enormous, but once you're through those start flags, the pressure, if you're lucky, abates, and you just go into that tunnel of focus and concentration. And Oliver sure has a tunnel of that.
And there's the final jump.
Oh.
Perfect. Standing ovation, by the way, from the crowd. It almost was like they wanted him to win because he's been such a great thing for the force. What a great ride. So he wins his 9th 5-star championship, and as you said, 4th with this horse.
Yeah, the 4th 5-star with one horse. That is phenomenal. And 17 years young. You won't see better.
Well, this has been a tremendous event. We're glad you could join us on the MPT Sports Desk. For Lucinda Green, who's been fabulous today, thank you so much for your expertise. A pleasure working with you. Oliver Townend is your champion at the Maryland 5-Star, and we're going to rejoin the award ceremony now as he gets his award. Have a great day, everybody.
set for the prize-giving ceremony here at the Mars Maryland 5-Star at Fairhill, presented by Brown Advisory. It went right to the very wire today. So much pressure was on the man who joins us now, Oliver Townend for Great Britain. Well, it's a day he'll remember for the rest of his life. And before we invite our top three forward, we've got some very special awards to do as well. The first one is for the Mid-Atlantic Horse Rescue Trophy. Now, this is given to the highest placed American thoroughbred, and we're going to award that this year to Buck Davison and Sorokiyama. So congratulations there to Buck Davison. Another award that we're giving out is from our friends at Shapley's. It's the Best Turned Out Award, and that has been awarded to Tim Price and Falco. We also give a special salute with that award to Rosie Thomas, who is our Best Turned Out groom, and the grooms do such an amazing job, don't they? Speaking of grooms, we've got our Winning Groom Award to present as well, and that is from our friends at Mane and Tail. It goes to the winning 5-star horse. So we're going to invite forward Jessica, who is Oliver Townend's groom, Ballamore Classy's groom, takes the Mane and Tail. Congratulations, Jessica Mackey, stepping forward to take that very special award today. Mane and Tail do so much for the equestrian community. They've got great products in the equestrian range, in the dog range that we saw earlier with our corgi racing, and also in the human range as well. And there's an amazing backpack from Mane and Tail being presented to our winning groom. So congratulations there once again to Jessica Mackey, taking the winning groom presented by Mane and Tail. Well, those final pictures taken of Jessica. And now we are going to congratulate with one of the USA's finest riders that has ever been. It is Buck Davison. We invite him forward and we award him. It's his 5th 5-star event finish here at the Mars Maryland 5-Star. Now, for those of you that can count, you may be thinking, how's he done 5 when it's only our 4th year? But he has completed 5. He had 2 horses one year. So it's his 5th completion here at the Mars Maryland 5-Star at Fairhill. It's fantastic to have him with us. Buck Davison, everybody. He's grown up around these very grounds. He continues to add new chapters to the Davison's family's storied history. It's his local 5-star event. That's what he calls us here. So congratulations there to Buck, finishing 5 here with us. Okay, now it's time to join with our athletes, and we're going to start in the 8th place position as we award Lillian Hedwood and LCC Barnaby taking 8th place. Then we head down into the 7th place position. Emily Hamill for the USA Corvette. Moving on down, it's into 6th place we go for the home nation once again. Jenny Brannigan, Twilight's Last Gleam. Let's move into 5th now, to Great Britain. Well done to Bobby Upton and Cola. Then we head to the highest placed USA athlete in 4th place, Buck Davison, Sorokiyama. Well, here's Buck coming round for his picture, and as he does that, we're getting ready to welcome forward our top 3. We congratulate David Dole, Tim Price and Oliver Townend. We invite them now to please dismount and to take your places behind our podium. And here they come, making their way over to our Mars Maryland 5-Star at Fairhill, presented by Brown Advisory podium. And the first man we're going to welcome up there in 3rd place, David Dole, Great Britain. Just missing out, finishing in second, Tim Price, New Zealand. He has been trying to win this every single year. He's won everything else in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Oliver Townend, Great Britain! So we're going to step forward now as we get ready to congratulate every single one of these athletes. And the Fairhill Bronze being presented in honour and loving memory of Trish Gilbert by Rumsey Tim, Carlin and Ryan Keefe, Mary and Greg Looney, Raymond and Pat Meary, and their guests Pepper and Alice Gilbert, all joining us down here to present the Fairhill Bronze to one of the very best in the world, Oliver Townend for Great Britain. So we're going to get everybody together, nice and close, because this is a picture that will definitely go in the history books here. We're also joined by our ground jury. Well, here comes that official picture. Everyone look at those cameras. Do your best pose and smile as we congratulate Ballamore Class and Oliver Townend once again taking this win for Great Britain. Well, as the final pictures have been taken, we're going to ask everyone to please rise and remove cover as we continue by celebrating with Oliver Townend and saluting him with the playing of his national anthem. Well, he's been waiting for this moment for a long time. Oliver Townend clinches the Mars Maryland 5-star at Fairhill, presented by Brown Advisory. Well, we're about to head to our champagne presentation. Before we do that, we're going to invite our guests just to step to the side, unless you want to get covered in champagne. So we'll ask all our guests now to come and join us near our Brown Advisory fence over here. And then it will be time for a very messy, in fact, it's already started. They are our top three: Oliver Townend, Tim Price, David Dole, top three. And now very damp. But congratulations there to all our athletes. Congratulations to our top three. And on completion of our champagne celebration, we're going to invite them to get their hats back on and to jump back up on board. Tim Price having a bit of a refreshment first, Oliver Townend getting involved in that action as well. I'm sure there'll be plenty more celebrations as the day continues for those three. They get their hats back on, and then we invite them to jump back on those amazing horses that helped them earn their place here this year.
Well, fabulous pictures from that prize giving here at the 4th edition of the Mars Maryland 5-star presented by Brown Advisory. Oliver Townend wins eventually, second in 2021, third in 2022, third in 2023, and finally the one he wanted, a win for 2024. Tim Price, eventual second with his former 5-star winner in Falco, who won Poe previously, and another podium finish for David Dole and Galileo Nyamud. You might have just seen a loose horse there, well, whilst the champagne was being sprayed. Galileo Nyamud, he was caught very quickly, but it was a very emotional win. I'm sure you'll agree. It's been incredible to watch some of the best horse and riders. 17 years old, Ballamore Class. He has been in a class of his own for many, many years. Karen Shooter there on the Altoids banner. It's been an incredible journey that this horse has been on, and what Oliver and Ballamore Class have achieved here is nothing short of Herculean. He won Burghley in 2017, he won Kentucky in 2021 and 2023, and now Maryland. Means today he joins horses like Priceless, ridden by Ginny Elliott, Ginny Lane as was, and La Bista Texan, ridden by Michael Jung for Germany, who has won 6. The only other horses in the world ever to win more than 3 5-stars. Ballamore Class makes history. That is incredible, and we were here to witness it, and so were you watching along and listening along on the radios as well from people like Taylor Harris Insurance Services, who supplied the radios for this year's event. Thank you very much for listening in over the course of the last 4 days. So we're about to start our victory gallop, and Oliver Townend is going to lead them away here in this amazing arena that's seen so much action over the last 4 years for the 5-star. Buck Davidson now completes 5 of them. He's rode 2 horses in 1 year, so he's now got 5 Maryland cross-country and show jumpings under his belt. A really impressive feat. Sorakaima winning the best thoroughbred, Falco winning the best turned out, and of course Oliver's groom got a prize as well from Mane and Tail for turning out and also being the groom for the best in the field. That is Ballamore Class. Here they go. Well done, Mr. Townend. 9 5-stars now. He has won. Lucinda Green and Andrew Nicholson, they've won 9 as well. The all-time winners: William Fox-Pitt 14, Michael Jung 11, Mark Todd 11, Ginny Elliott, Ginny Lang, Ginny Holgate, she's won 10. Oliver Townend coming as close as he can to the amazing, and he's doing fist bumps and hand pats as he goes around the arena. Everybody doing the same. Buck Davison, Bobby Upton, Jenny Brannigan, Emily Hamill, and finally Lillian Herdwood with LCC Barnaby. But that man there has made history. 4 wins for Ballamore Class at the level, at 5-star level, and now 9 5-star wins for Oliver. Stay with us, we've got more to come, and it has been a really, really exciting run since the first day of dressage. Oliver Townend, well done Ollie, well done Tim, well done David, well done Buck. What a top 4. Jenny Brannigan there, just going through the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Lillian Herdwood, Bobby Upton and Cola making her trip over from the UK with help and support from Howden and from the wonderful presenting sponsor Brown Advisory. Oliver Townend is going round one more time on his own, and he punches the air. Ballamore Class and Oliver Townend, your 2024 Mars Maryland 5-star winners here at Fairhill, presented by Brown Advisory. Well, Oliver, emotional man, emotional team. It has been an epic 4 days. Well, we've got some thanks to do, and without the support of the local authorities and local companies, we couldn't run a horse trials of this magnitude. And one of those, Cecil County, Maryland, they've been involved for many years, and we would like just to show a little bit of a clip about them and their involvement.
Of course, there are people here who are enthusiastic about the competition, about the triathlon, and these amazing competitors. However, if you're not a horse person, this is just a beautiful setting. Cecil County has miles and miles and miles of shoreline, but we also have that rural farmland. We have so much land in ag preservation, so it'll always be that way. It's gorgeous. It doesn't get any better than this. I wake up every morning going, like, people pay good money to go on vacation to come to a place like Cecil County. It's a great place to call home.
Yeah, we're so grateful to Cecil County from Maryland who do so much for the sport, do so much for the local businesses as well. We couldn't do it without them, and we really do thank them very, very much indeed. Well, along with Cecil County, so many agencies are involved, and earlier on in the week, our roving Emmy award-winning commentator Frankie Tyrett-Stoots caught up with one of our very important persons.
Secretary Kurtz, we're in the main ring here where all of the excitement is going to unfold today, and you've been here all week. Talk about excitement, what this event has done, and what you guys have built in 4 years is sure exciting.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's really truly a testament to partnership. It's a testament to the community, and I think you touched on it. Just the vibe that I think we've been able to accomplish here over 4 years. The excitement is palpable. You look at the size of the crowds, frankly. You know, the number of people that are coming from all over the world to Cecil County, to the state of Maryland. This has just been an absolute, it's an honor to host as a state and really showcase what we have in Maryland and how great of a partner we have with the equestrian industry.
Well, there's so much exciting things going on around the venue, as you said, not just a spectacle of sport in terms of horses, but there's so much else going on. There's stuff for the whole family, stuff for people from all over the country and the globe, as you mentioned. And today we're going to crown our champions in this ring. So the feel, the vibe of being in this big arena.
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, you look around, right? The noise, and I think, you touched on it. There's everything here. You like corgi races? We've got it. You want to come and see the pony races? That's here as well. If you want to come and spend some extra days, right? We've got cabins, we've got hiking trails, biking trails, and it's just a phenomenal spot to bring the entire family. I think also so encouraging to see the development of more hotels and spaces for people to stay, so we can just continue to grow this incredible event and really honor, I think, the legacy of the equestrian industry here in this part of Maryland and this part of the country is fantastic.
Well, not just a lot to do here at the horse park and at this remarkable venue, but as you said, all around the great state of Maryland. We appreciate you guys hosting us this week and definitely are excited to see the competition unfold. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Well, it's always great to hear from the people that make this event of this magnitude so special. I've got another one very special sat next to me now, Frankie Tyrett-Stoots. Now, Frankie, you've been so busy over the course of the last 4 days, 5 days, not only catching up with the riders, not only being curiously strong in a lot of your work, but you've been in the trade stands, you've spoken to dignitaries. It's been a pretty busy job.
Yeah, what a week it's been. I mean, no second, of course, to you and Sinead in here talking all day long. But there's such a vibe that they've created at this venue, and you have to really put your hats off to them. I mean, in 4 years' time, I think they've created one of the most remarkable venues in the entire world. And you could feel it here all week long. We could feel it in the finale today, but you could also feel it yesterday on the cross country, and it was such an exciting vibe. If you were in the tailgating spots, if you were out at the finish where I was all day, I mean, so much excitement, and they've really delivered here in Maryland.
They really have, and the tailgaters was sold out so early on when the tickets went on sale. It was so good to see everybody. The weather, of course, helped. Yeah. The sun gods have been on our side. But Oliver Townend, who created history here at the Mars Maryland 5-Star, presented by Brown Advisory, he was second back in 2021. He was third in 22, third in 23. He's finally done it. He's won his First 5-star here at the Mars, Maryland. 4th 5-star for that horse there. Ballamore Class has also given Ollie his 9th 5-star victory in his career.
It's truly incredible. And I mean, you think about a horse like this, we got to see him all week, and how lucky are we to have gotten to do that. And I always kind of think, you know, when moments don't come to fruition, and they haven't for Ollie now a couple of years here. I mean, he came in the lead before and he lost the lead, and, you know, so much pressure and things you can't quite figure out why they don't come to fruition, and it's not your day. And then you have a day like this and you realize that, you know, I think he was saving his first 5-star victory here in Maryland for this special horse. And he was so emotional this weekend talking to him. I have to say, I've interviewed him so many times over the years, and I've never, ever seen him get emotional like this. I mean,
well done.
Yeah, we saw him on Friday, right?
And
he was so emotional he had to actually walk away.
Yeah.
And I can tell you yesterday, before Altoid's, you know, kiss and cry ride of the day there, he was the same.
Yeah.
He really, it took him a moment to kind of collect himself.
Yeah.
And you can see how much he loves this horse.
He does love this horse very, very much indeed. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure from Frankie, myself, Spencer Sturmey, and also from my amazing co-com for the week, Sinead Maynard. She's hot for to grab her plane. It's been brilliant, and we hope you've enjoyed all of the action here for the 2024 4th edition of the Mars Maryland 5-star here at Fairhill, presented by Brown Advisory. From us all, from the whole team, the cameramen, the producers, the directors, everybody that has been involved, thank you so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you in 2025. Goodbye.
An education center in Reisterstown offers a special collection of over 5,000 equine-related volumes. Monthly events include panel discussions, author talks, and book signings. Visit MarylandHorse.com to learn more.
No world is truly unchanging.
This is nature at its absolute finest.
Our daughter, she's gone missing. I should leave this alone.
But you won't.
He's doing things no one had ever done before, and that is astounding.
It's absolutely mind-boggling.
Hi, I'm Ken Burns. Our next film travels outside of America and deep into the mind of the Italian visionary artist and scientist whose imagination knew no bounds. Watch Leonardo da Vinci right here on Maryland Public Television.
The Mars Maryland 5-star would like to thank Mars Equestrian and the Mars family of brands for their support. Mars Equestrian, Buckeye Nutrition, Ethel M Chocolates, Nutro, Pedigree, Antec, and Sound.
Embark on a culinary journey along the banks of the Upper Chesapeake Bay. Discover Cecil County, Maryland, where food and adventure bring people together. Pull up a chair. We're waiting for you. Visit us at discovercecil.com.
Sponsored in part by the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development, implementing housing policy that promotes and preserves home ownership and creates innovative community development initiatives to meet the challenges of a growing Maryland.